Hello again, my friends, and welcome to Phrasal Verb Quiz Part 23. In this video, you must choose the correct word to complete the phrasal verb in each question. You may need to pause the video at each question to think of your answers. Are you ready for another challenging quiz? Well, okay, here we go. Number 1. And the answer is, I handed my homework in late yesterday, so my teacher lowered my grade by 10 points. If you hand something in, this is usually done with an assignment or homework, and you basically submit it. You give it to your teacher or to whoever. Okay, that's what to hand in means. And in our example, the person handed the homework in late, so the teacher took off 10 points. All right, number 2. And the answer is, his doctor took him aside to explain what he had to do next to treat his illness. If you take someone aside, you take them to a place where you can speak to them privately. It's usually a private talk and you're away from everyone else. So it's only you and that person, all right, that are speaking. And that's what happened here. The doctor took the person aside and they spoke privately about how they were going to treat his illness. All right, number 3. And the answer is, last semester, Peggy was failing English, but she buckled down and studied hard and was able to pass the course with a C+. When you buckle down to do something, you work really hard at it. That's really what it means, just to begin to work very hard at something. And that's what Peggy did in our example here. She was failing, and then she worked really hard. She buckled down, and she was able to pass the course. Okay, number 4. And the answer is, as the heat wave set in across the southern part of the country, the government advised people not to leave their homes. If something sets in, like in this case, it was the heat wave, it's something that begins or becomes established. All right, so in this case, the heat wave was maybe on its way into that area. It was being established in that area, right? And the government said, oh, you better stay inside your house with your air conditioning on to stay out of the heat. All right, number 5. And the answer is, Aunt Clara wrapped up the children in warm clothing before she sent them to the park to play in the snow. If somebody wraps you up in clothing, like Aunt Clara did here in the example, they put on something. It's almost like wrapping a present, but it's, in this case, they're wrapping up the children in maybe warm clothes. Okay, and that's really what wrapped up means in this context. Okay, number 6. And the answer is, the pictures of my old house brought back memories of my childhood. If something brings back something to you, it causes you or it causes someone to remember something. And in this case, when the person saw the pictures, it caused them to remember the days when they were a child in their old house. Okay, that's what to bring back something means. All right, number 7. And the answer is, my friend Rob was very upset because it was the 3rd time that he has been passed over for promotion. In this case, to pass over someone for a promotion like this means that they ignored them, or they didn't want them, or they just didn't select them. That's what to pass over means in this context, all right, for a promotion. You got it? All right, number 8. And the answer is, police detectives think that Drug dealers live in that house, and they have been staking it out for the past 2 weeks. To stake something out means to watch a place secretly, especially for things that are going on in that place that are against the law. And it's usually used a lot with, let's say, police or maybe somebody in some law enforcement agency where they watch a place. They stake it out. That's what we use for that. All right, number 9. And the answer is, last night they were speaking of the new law being unfair to the poor people when they interviewed the president on TV. To speak of someone or something is to suggest it or to indicate something. And that's what they're talking about here with the president was being interviewed on TV and they were talking about, okay, they were suggesting this new law being unfair. That's to speak of something. All right, the final question, number 10. And the answer is the mayor got together with his advisors to discuss the crime problems in that part of the city. If you get together, it basically means to come together as a group and meet. And it's pretty self-explanatory the way it's used. Just get together, come together to meet. That's what it means. That's all for this video. Please let me know how you did on the quiz in the comment section below. Thanks again for subscribing, everyone. And remember what I always say, keep practicing. See you next time.